Well, welcome to Monday Midday Mood Summer Edition. This is summer attire here, so I'm just trying to get in the mood.
I like it.
Everything. I mean,
Looks
it's
good.
Great. It doubles up
Do you
for a lot
use
of
it?
things. I do. I wear it a
Frequently?
lot. So it keeps the sun off your face because you want to monitor that, and if you haven't washed your hair in a couple days, it hides a lot of that. So yeah, it's my summer hat.
All right, something to buy for
Exactly.
traveling.
Yeah, and you can try a couple different versions, but
Yeah.
I
A
like.
little wider, longer.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a bigger one. I feel like maybe at one point I had like a bigger one that was black.
I have the floppy ones,
Yeah.
but it always kind of goes in your eyes,
Mm.
and then you're like always fluffing it.
Which is good if you're taking a
By the way.
nap.
That's
but-
true.
If you're not, then
I like it. It's
Yeah.
a good choice.
thanks. So I'm just gonna
Good
wear
purchase.
this the whole time because my hair's not done. Well, we are excited to have you joining us today as we jump into June, and we want to make you aware of our June Sisterhood pop-up dates so that you can be there. So if you haven't attended a pop-up, it's basically random days during the month that we get together, at least 2 of them, and we have dinner together or ice cream or something like that, and it's whoever can show up that night shows up. So we always have a meeting location and time. We do ask that you RSVP just in case we're at a restaurant. We want to make sure we have enough seats for our groups. We've had as many as 30 ladies show up, so
Yeah.
you definitely have to make sure that you have space for that. So our first date is Thursday, June 9th at 6 p.m. and that's for dinner at Guajilos here in BG. So
Oh yeah,
Guajilos.
Guajilos.
It is going to be a great time to get together. If you can make it, we would love to have you. And then our second date is Monday, June 20th at 6 p.m. for dinner at Beckett's, which was
Yep.
a really big one
Yeah,
last
we did
time.
that April-ish.
Yeah,
and great
yeah.
turnout, great food,
Yeah.
and
And you can
really
order whatever you want. I mean, so depending on, if you've got something else going on, maybe, you've had dinner with your family, but you still want to pop in. I mean, you just come in and eat some chips and dip and
Right.
call it good or whatever, but it gets you some time to fellowship, get to meet new ladies, and
Exactly.
just kind of hang out. So keep signing up for those. If you want to RSVP, go to dayspring.tv/sisterhood. On that sisterhood page is where we're going to have the form to RSVP for the pop-ups and all those dates and stuff.
I
So
think it sounds great.
yeah. I can't be there probably the 9th, maybe the 20th. Hey, a little known fact, I haven't made a single pop-up. But
But they're great.
they are in it's kind of funny because there'll be seasons where your weeknights are a little bit more open, and
Right.
some towards the end of the school year and with baseball with our kiddos, it just hasn't really worked out.
I mean, that's kind of the idea of the pop-up, though, that
right.
not everyone can make it, and we realize even some of our events that it might be kind of hard to make it. So this is a way to connect and have something regular for you to attend
Yeah.
whenever you're available.
Yeah, so I think it's a great thing. If you are looking to meet new ladies, man, this is a great way to do it because it's a
100%.
smaller group, but some really awesome ladies that are coming
I
and
agree.
good friends that you can connect with. So
Yep,
we
new
want you to be a
faces.
part of it.
Speaking of travel, though, we're entering the travel season
We are.
of summer, and I know you got stuff planned. I have stuff planned. And so, as usual, using our Monday Midday Mood to help us out personally, we're also helping you
A little
out.
selfish.
It is. I learned
Yeah.
so much from doing these. It's so funny.
But it gives us some tips. Take it or leave it. Maybe you've heard them, maybe you haven't. But everybody's looking for more travel insight.
I agree.
Depending on what type of trip you're making or vacation spot.
Yep.
It's nice to know who's been there and
Right.
done that and can give you some tips.
Big one is probably the suitcase.
Right.
I usually fold. I would say I fold my clothes like you're
Right.
putting them in a drawer. But Jackie Metz is helping us out
Okay.
this month, and she
she
has a whole new way.
And she has traveled the world.
She really
so
has.
She has a lot of experience with
Experienced professional traveler. So go ahead and take a look.
Hi, my name is Jackie Metz, and my husband and I like to travel. We have no kids, but we don't pack our suitcases like little ones do. You just throw everything into the suitcase. I like to pack my clothes tight and comfortably so that there are few wrinkles in them when we enter our destinations. So I'm hoping I can give you a few pointers on how to do that. One of the things that I do before we start anything else, I pack a couple of black plastic bags. I know if there is no laundry facility I put our dirty clothes in here, but one of the things I must say, fold your clothes inside out. That way you know they're dirty, so that when you get home they can be washed. But if you fold them and something happens to something that you are wearing and that outfit is still clean or folded, you can still wear that if you need to, but they won't take up as much space if you fold them versus just throwing them in the bag and throwing the bag in your suitcase. So trust me, it does come in handy. And I put these in the front of the suitcase so that you have access to them, as well as the things that you'll be wearing the most. I pack my bras and undies, which I roll up because it's a lot easier to fit everything else that you need inside here. And the bras, I just double them up. My nightgown, because these are things that you'll have quick access to. Any hair implements you might put in this particular pocket of your suitcase. One of the other things that I do, and I do like to have this with us, is I keep my sample size bottles filled and ready to go. And I also have a shower cap with me at all times. And I make sure that I have some Band-Aids and Q-tips so that if we need them, we have access to them versus waiting and calling down to the front desk. I put some of my meds in here, but those I keep in my purse. The ones that I do when I'm flying, I make sure that those are always with me. I also have this bag, and this is where I put all my hair things. And this is usually the last thing that I put in. But one of the things that I do when I pack, I put my husband's on one side and mine on the other side. Then that way, the things in the middle, would be like this. A curling iron, it could go right in the center and it has less risk of getting broken. Or even on the back pocket here. Some of your suitcases will have a little plastic container like this that you can put your liquids in with something like that. One of the things that I do when I pack, I like to roll my clothes because you can get them so that they're less apt to have wrinkles in them when you get them out of there. And sometimes you could put certain items of clothing into a shoe and get the shoe in there better too. Fold the side seam to the middle of the back on both sides, and then start to roll it from the bottom. And then this way you can just lay it in here with the other tops. You could see what colors you have, the pants that you have, and go from there. The other item, you can always stuff your socks in your shoes and tighten them down. You could even put your jewelry in your socks as to protect them. Nobody's the wiser. I like, if it's costume jewelry, is the only time I would put them in here. I would leave all my good jewelry at home. I never take my good jewelry with us. But then when you pack your shoes, pack them this way. They fit into your suitcase fine. You could sometimes, if you have a small hair curler, you could put them in there. It'll protect them. And don't forget, you've got the dresses with the pockets near you. This particular one is specifically for travel. It has a pocket you can put your phone in and your passport. Keep it close to your body. And then I had all this stuff. You could put all this in here on the top in any of your cases. I hope you have a safe trip. If you've got any questions or concerns about some of the other ideas that you may have, stop and talk to me at church sometime, and I'll gladly give you some other ideas. Or if you have a question on how to do something, I'd love to talk with you about travel, because we've done a lot of it, and you may have done more. Maybe you can give me some ideas too. So thanks, and have a great day.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for those tips. I know that I'll be buying into that now. I think I've seen that tip before.
The rolling of the clothes.
But never have done it.
I mean, it makes sense for actually saving space. And I always hate how some shirts are a little more plump than others, and then you like have it.
You almost have to like alternate them.
Right, or fill it with something else to make it. It's probably a little OCD, but I mean, rolling takes care of the problem.
It does. Okay, Melissa, what is your favorite travel hack?
I'm going to show you my favorite travel hacks.
Okay.
There's several of them. But the first is portable steamer.
Well, that's a smart idea.
So, I mean, I guess the rolling should take care of your
maybe,
wrinkles.
Rolling would,
but
you could still have some.
You could still have some. It's really easy. Actually, I kind of like just using the portable all the time rather than the big hang-up one. So, there you have it. That's number one. And then, instead of buying all the travel size stuff, I just buy these at the Dollar Tree. And it's like a portable little squeegee. You can put laundry detergent. I don't know if you do laundry on vacation or not. Sometimes we do. Or shampoo or other things. That's number two. This I've not yet tried, but I want to. Shampoo bar.
Ooh, I like that.
Have you ever used it?
No, but I've heard, and it feels like it would be way easier than something squirting out accidentally.
Right. Or if
out
you
in the
fly
bottle.
and you're always worried about things kind of squirting out from your shampoo or conditioners. So I've been told that this lasts a while too. They are a little pricey, but like you can get 3 bars for $20, $25. But they last longer than the shampoo, and you're going to spend a lot of money on shampoo anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I like that.
And it is tea tree and hemp oil lavender smell.
Wow. It's fancy.
And then I can't live without a good Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
That's necessary for so many things.
Okay, so do you just bring it in general, or how do you utilize a Ziploc bag?
I've done it different ways. So if I know we're going, like, beach vacation, let's say, I'll actually pack each individual clothed item for the kids. And
like
it's
an outfit a day, Monday, Tuesday.
Exactly.
I've done the same thing.
And so they can choose from it. They're not digging through. You don't end up with all these clean clothes on the floor. And it just makes things.
And then they reuse them as the dirty bag. Do you do that? Yeah.
So dirty bag or shells or whatever.
Right.
They want to bring home creatures.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think that's actually can be used for a lot of things. I didn't bring a dryer sheet, but I'll do that. That's a nice hack.
Okay.
It makes your dirty laundry smell nice on the way home.
That's a good idea.
It makes your clothes smell good. So, something you could try.
Not too bad.
I think that, Jackie had a good comment in her video about knowing if the clothes are used or not used by turning them inside out.
Smart.
And then folding them so that it's still packed nicely on your way home.
That makes sense. Because getting the clothes back is kind of trouble.
Just shove it in.
And how much laundry do you want to do when you get back?
Yeah.
So you want to separate the clean things that maybe you didn't get to and make sure that...
wash it all.
Yeah.
Do you wash it all when you get home?
It depends. It really depends what type of trip it is.
That's true.
If you feel like you can't separate the smell from...
Exactly.
if it was a hot destination and everybody's been sweaty and dirty and, hiking or at the beach, sand everywhere, you have to wash it all.
I agree. Let me ask you this. So this year we're doing a trip maybe where there's not good Wi-Fi or cell service. Have you heard of downloading Google Maps with your location?
I have not, but I can see where that's valuable because we've been places where there hasn't been good service.
Right.
And, internationally, we were in Jerusalem one time and didn't have our international phone plan. It was like trying to navigate maps. But, like, at the hotel, we had Wi-Fi. So if we could have, like, downloaded that. I did, but it didn't help. Anyways, it was a great growing moment in our marriage, but I see how that could be really, really helpful.
I've navigated a little bit in preparation for it. It's really not too hard. It's almost like a cheat code that you have to put in. I think it's Maps OK. So you get your location that you want, you type that in the search, and then it like pops up this download of the place you're going. So
that's a pretty
I'll let
good
you know
idea.
how it worked after this month
Yeah.
when we travel. But
No,
I
that's
thought
great.
that was pretty interesting.
I love it.
Charging your smart or your devices on a smart TV. Have you ever done that?
No, but done it on a laptop or
Yeah.
something. But most hotels have smart TVs now, so you can
Just
do
plug
that.
it in the back. There you go. There's another one
That's
for
good.
you.
Okay, I see this. Marking your bag as fragile at the airport.
Yeah.
How do you get away with that?
They said, okay, this is all like reading Google articles, right? So it's nothing from
The
valuable
internet
sources.
never lies to you.
Never, ever. But they said that there's no additional charge to mark it fragile. And I'm thinking, I got new luggage this year.
Okay.
I got it for Christmas, and I might be trying the trick because
Yeah.
I don't want them tossing it around, even if
Yeah.
you have nothing fragile
That's
in
true.
it. It's still, and they say you get your luggage back faster because it's at the top of
Okay.
it all,
So it
and then
comes
it's
out
the first
first?
one coming out.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm telling you, I
Okay.
think there's something to it.
Yeah, that's a good
You have
idea.
to take the big fragile sticker off afterwards, but
Maybe it'll help. Yeah, keeping up with all the luggage and all the bags and
Right.
making sure nothing's damaged, all of that.
yep, Some
Very,
good
very
stuff.
important. Yeah.
Shower cap for toiletries. I'm not sure what to do with that. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean,
Double use.
do you use a shower cap ever?
No, I never
me
use
either.
a shower
I
cap.
will say we do usually acquire all of the toiletry items in a hotel upon leaving. Like, oh, I don't know, I could
Hey.
use a sewing kit sometime.
Sewing what?
They have sewing kit, little
Are you
sewing
serious?
kits and some of your toiletry stuff.
No way.
It's like a needle and a couple different threads. So then you just
Wow.
have it for when you need it.
Hey, I'm amazed.
Hey.
I need to apparently go through the hotel items better.
Well, I wouldn't say they're at every hotel, but
Right.
it probably used to be more common, I would think. It
Gotta
feels
know how
like
to sew.
it does feel like toiletries have been a little bit more scarce in hotels in the last year or so.
Because they go to all the pumps or...
Yeah,
don't know.
and because they're not, I mean, housekeeping things have all
Yeah,
changed.
that's true.
So
That's very true.
trying to, I guess, cut corners where you can.
I agree.
Okay, so one of the travel hacks that I've started doing, not because I'm hip or cool, is I use
She is.
a fanny pack. So, but I don't wear it as a fanny pack. I wear it over my shoulder.
There's
But
a song about that, right? We won't go there.
Either way.
Okay, tell me about your fanny pack.
so it is smaller than a purse, but typically if I'm bringing my purse, I probably have too much of my purse than what I really want to travel with. So I grab my ID, card, cash, chapstick, AirPods, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So
and it's
then-
probably good to be on you.
It's on me directly, and
Less
that
chance of it being
yeah,
stolen.
not a
or
whole lot of people gonna
ripped
be
off of
ripping
you.
that up.
Put up a fight. Let's
Exactly.
go.
We're gonna have more issues if that happens. But everything kind of fits right in there. It's a little bit lighter, and then I like pack my purse in my suitcase or something if I
Yeah.
want something bigger.
That's a good idea.
Or if I have, if I have my iPad or something like that, I just make Cody put it in his backpack, and that way I
Is
can
it a
just stay
cool-
light.
Is it a cool one that has like the headphones that can come? Oh wait, you said AirPods.
AirPods.
Oh,
It
she is
might
cool.
have it might have holes. I don't know.
Like it can come
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
attach.
So it's nice. It's a nice little addition. So I know that there's a lot of like, ooh, fanny packs, blah, 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 blah.
They're the thing.
But
They're back.
There is some functionality to that. And I've used it for years, like when we've traveled overseas, because
Okay.
it's just easier than carrying something
Right.
on you that's more noticeable. So like
I
you said,
think
having
we
it
have
close
a
to your body.
list then that they can
Yeah.
purchase and get ready for their
Yeah.
travel. And I need a fanny pack before
Okay.
we travel.
I
That
have
would
one.
be
I have
awesome.
an extra one. You can have it.
Yes.
It'll
All
help
right.
you out.
Moving on to pictures, we have Chelsea Perry,
Ooh,
who I
Chelsea.
begged and pleaded to help us with pictures this
Everybody
month.
gets so nervous
It's
when we
not
ask them
that
to be
bad.
involved.
It's not that bad.
You
But
want the
she
camera.
did great.
Oh, that's
She did
awesome.
great. And she has some good suggestions if you're looking to get your beach pictures or your vacation pictures. And maybe you just don't have an eye for how to make it look good or the setting
Yeah.
or the lighting, which is always a challenge. You get home and you're like, wow, this is a terrible picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shaded, or my favorite is the beach pictures. And I told her this, you get like a mustache shadow and you're like,
Oh, that's
"Oh."
funny. Yeah.
So, Chelsea Perry, help us out with picture taking. Hey, Sisterhood, we are so excited that we have Chelsea Perry with us today, and she is going to help us with different camera shots and different pictures. I know you say you aren't an expert, but you have a better eye than a lot of us do for pictures. So as you're getting ready to travel and take vacations, or even just get some family pictures done maybe this summer, you have some good tips for us.
Yes.
So you were showing me some of the pictures that you've taken of your own. What do you got first for us?
Okay, so I know like you don't want full sun because then you're gonna have all the squinting and this, and I took one of my kids in the full sun, and that is exactly what they did. They were going like this, they were squinting. It was
Right.
It was awful.
Terrible picture.
Terrible. So you want to avoid full sun because then people won't look directly at you, or you're gonna have, like my husband likes to blink every 5 seconds. So extra sun is extra blinking.
Yeah.
So
is there like a time of day that you particularly try to get a picture where the sun isn't going to be beaming in their face?
Yeah, honestly, like there's a golden hour.
Okay.
And so like I have learned between 9 a.m. and like 11. It depends on the time of the year too.
Okay.
But in the summer is like I usually try to do 9 to 11 in the morning, or like evening I like 5 to whenever it gets dark.
Gotcha.
And then the golden hours, usually you can get really good pictures with the sun behind you, but not like directly behind you either, because then you get nothing but black shadows.
That's true. I've done that before with beach photos, right?
Yes.
Everyone wants that perfect beach photo with the sunset, and then you go back and you look and it's like cast shadows over your face, and you have a mustache, and you should have a mustache, and you're like, oh my word, this is terrible.
Yes.
So the golden hour is important.
Yes, it is. It is. And I try not to, especially if you have blue eyes. I've noticed with my daughter Kimber, she's extra squinty, regardless of what time of day. So I try to, like, if I want really good pictures of my kids, I usually do evening pictures.
Okay.
Because it's not full sun. It's kind of like sun's going away. She doesn't squint as much, and then you can see her big blue pretty eyes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so this picture that you have, she was blocking her face. It was bright.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Poor thing.
I know. And Libby, she tends to squint too, but she's extra bad. So then we went in the shade.
Okay.
And we got more decent pictures.
Okay.
We tried to do a little
bit. Now that
bit.
doesn't look too bad.
It's not too bad. She's still, so it depends on like the time. This was in the evening.
Okay.
I tried to picture or put them where the sun is off to the side a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the back.
Yeah, and then I tried to get like a picture not so close to them, so you could kind of see too, like the sun was on the left side. It kind of shadows them a little bit, but you can still see them, and that's.
So would you say that this would say a good picture, good lighting, good? Or is that still a little too dark?
It's a little dark for my liking, but everybody has different preferences.
Sure.
So I like bright, bold pictures.
Yes.
But I don't think that's like if I had someone take that picture of our family, I wouldn't be like. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
So it just also depends on your preference too.
So I've had this happen to me. Maybe you can help me with it. You get outside and you think, okay, it's a really bright sunny day. Maybe we should try and find an area of shade.
Yes.
And you go underneath a tree, but it's still kind of like beaming through, and then now you got like all the shapes of the leaf on your face. Is there a certain location where you're like, yes, in fact, this is a good spot? Do you look for a shaded area?
I do. I look for a full shade, honestly, because as when you edit, if you edit your pictures, it's hard to get that one soft spot out on your face. I do look for full shade because you're not having people squint at you, and you don't have the bright light on your face, so it's easier to edit.
Okay.
Also,
perfect. And what do you do for editing? Is it something you can do without?
Well, I do it on my computer.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean.
Do you take like the brightness down or the contrast? Or?
Yeah, there's like a temperature you can take down. There is a brightness. I took a class on it.
Yeah.
And it's called Lightroom editing. And so I kind of learned a little bit.
Sure.
But
sure. For the novice like me or the amateur.
Yeah.
You just keep playing with the dials until you get something that looks
but like if it was on my
nice.
phone, you could mess around with the brightness and stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
But on my real camera, it's easier to fix that a little bit once you know the editing program a little bit.
Love it.
So
now you took one of your dog.
I did.
You showed me this one.
I did.
I love this photo.
So they love the snow. And so she was just standing there staring at me, and I was like, oh, I need a picture. And the way I set my camera, the settings on my camera, it blurs the outside.
Okay.
So it was kind of just
This was a still
just her
camera that you
face.
took it.
Yeah, it was just
That's awesome.
just her pretty little face. But I did, I think I did edit that a little bit. But in the snow, it's also hard because the snow is bright white.
Oh,
And so
I didn't
that
think
is
about
really
that.
hard.
Okay.
I don't like white. I don't like when people wear white. I don't like
It's hard to edit.
It's a hard color
Okay.
to edit, but it also makes everything brighter and the subject darker.
True. And you
So-
have dark colored dogs,
Yes.
so I think that works out really well.
Yes.
What really works for the blurred edges is that portrait setting.
Yes,
Which I don't
was
know
going
if
to
it's
mention
on
that
every
too.
phone.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if it's an Android or an iPhone type thing, but I've noticed that does a nice blur and
For
then
sure.
kind of gives more of a portrait look. So,
Yeah, and it
an
kind of
option.
makes you stick out a little more. Your subjects stick out if you,
right?
like I do it to my kids
Do
all
you?
the time. I do.
Nice. See?
Yeah.
Look at you. You're
So-
a pro.
Oh, no, but yes. So,
Awesome.
And I took this one of my daughter and my
yes,
dogs.
and the dog. How do you get?
Yes.
Okay. How do you get their heads to turn so perfectly?
that's my little trick.
Is it your trick? Is it allowed
Yeah.
to be shared?
Yeah, it's fine. I just tried it actually because
Okay.
Belle always looks one way and Justice looks another way, and I have treats and they get over the treats rather quickly.
Yeah.
So I saw, on those Facebook reels,
Uh-huh.
there was play this song for your dog and see how they react, and
Oh,
it was
no
a dog
way.
whining, and I was
No
like, I'm
way.
gonna try that, and they instantly went, huh? And I was
No
like,
way.
yeah. So it was just
Oh,
another
my
dog
goodness.
whining. So
That is hilarious.
I know it was perfect.
Okay, so you need to
yes.
look on reels if you need to
Yep,
get this
just look
dog
up dog
whining.
puppy whine, and
And
they
they
will
turn their
they will
head.
turn their head.
They are adorable. They look
Thank
so
you.
cute.
They're so funny.
I mean, your daughter's adorable.
Oh, yeah,
But the
she's-
puppies just put it
They
all
kind of
together. So.
overtower her. But in that one, so I actually tried a couple positions because even just the slightest angle of the sun made them too dark.
Okay.
So you could also play around with it, like the same spot but different angles make a huge difference
Okay.
too.
So you just repositioned
I
where
just
you were
moved
standing.
myself. I kept them where they were, and
Love
then
that.
and also if you look down on them, it also gives you different lighting to where I kneeled and got their level, and it
Okay.
made it brighter too.
Okay.
So it kind of you just have to pay attention to where you're standing and your angle as much as where they are standing
Yeah.
and their angles.
I love it.
So-
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're looking for
Yes.
some tips to get you going on your picture taking adventure, whether it's traveling or whether it's vacations or family photos, try and do a couple of those things, and we hope it works out for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chelsea, for those tips. That looks like it's going to be really helpful. One of the
I
things
agree.
we did different is for spring break, we had the girls bring their Instax Polaroid.
Oh,
kinda
sure.
Well, they're not Polaroid, they're Fuji, but anyways. But
Right.
they developed like a little Polaroid, and we
Polaroid, very
we took actually more pictures that way so that we could have the physical pictures. Because
Okay.
how bad
And you
know,
never print. do
you
you?
never print off your phone. So that's another thing that I think I'm going to start investing in with each one of our trips is, spend the $20-$30, get enough film for them to kind of record. And they capture their memory.
Right.
So
Right.
it reminded me, because talking about beach pictures, we were at the beach and it was like summer, like completely lighted out. But like Charlotte would be posing everybody. So it's kind of a fun way
That's
to do
sweet.
it. Yeah.
And then they have something to hang in their walls
Yeah.
or in their room.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, so the next tip that we came across was scarf.
Scarf.
Scarves are so necessary and versatile for travel. We don't know. We're not convinced. But as you can tell,
is what
Melissa's
they say.
already utilizing a
What do you
scarf
think?
as a hair
Say
accessory.
it's in. I'm not sure. I'm
don't
not
know.
sure I could do it. It's not.
Maybe.
It's
Okay.
really easy to put up though.
So there's 8 ways or reasons to have a scarf while you're traveling, and we'll
Yes.
kind of do. We'll see what we can do. Let's see, a stylish outer layer. So I mean, with a scarf of any sort.
Show me. Educate
Well,
me.
I mean, there's several ways you can wear one, right? Let me think through how I want to do this. I mean, this is a traditional scarf look. Stop laughing at me.
I'm not. I'm so impressed.
I mean, there you go. You've got your neck warm
With the hat.
with your hat.
you're
I
fully
don't know.
accessorized.
Maybe you'd need that. Another option, I'm gonna have to take my hat off, is to if it's windy, I'm presuming, wear a hood.
Would you ever wear that
Well,
like that way?
maybe in the dead of winter, I could.
Yeah.
So I guess depending on what kind of vacation. Ooh, this one I like, a travel blanket. So with these bigger ones, or more like a pashmina,
Right.
you would have it
Actually,
just
I think they even make them a little wider.
Yeah.
I probably brought the wrong one.
and you
for
could just curl up.
That's how I would use it.
Okay, I like
100%
that.
would use it as a blanket.
Okay, and then number 4, an evening wrap.
Yeah.
So, you know,
There you go.
get off the shoulders.
Beautiful.
Wear it as a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
A sturdy a sturdy cape.
Bum.
No,
Wonder Woman.
when am I gonna need a cape? I don't know.
I'm not even sure how you do it as a kid.
You'd need a square one probably. Okay, so imagine just like a cape. A hair accessory, which Melissa already
Do
showed
that
us.
one.
2-in-1. What is that?
I don't even know. Is it more like a dress? Maybe you put like a little belt or something around it.
Oh, okay. That's
So
more
it-
wintry.
It would be more wintry,
So you could wear it like
unless you get more of this material.
right.
You know that. What would you call
A
that?
sarong, you could even do that.
Sarong.
Like, you know, around your
Yes.
bathing suit.
Hey,
This wouldn't necessarily
go.
work.
And then
Okay, a purse. I don't know how I'm using this as a purse, but you could make a little bit of a sling, I guess.
probably like a sling.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess. And then you could just tuck
You could
your
also wear a baby.
fanny pack.
Yeah. So,
Fanny
a
pack
scarf.
blanket.
I think depending on where you're
do you think?
going, you could make use of a scarf.
Everywhere I've seen, this is the new trend. You need a scarf.
Yeah, but
to
it's
travel.
like 100 degrees and humid. I don't know.
you don't want one of these.
No.
This is definitely a wintry
well,
scarf.
that is wintry.
But if
It's
you go
beautiful.
for something just a little
maybe
lighter, then maybe
Yeah.
you could have all sorts.
I think the travel
uses.
blanket is my favorite.
100% use it as a travel blanket.
Yeah.
And then if it's still winter, then you can dress.
There you go.
Dress up your outfit.
So that kind of wraps up our travel
That wraps
segment.
it up. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I feel ready.
Yep. So July, I don't know. We're gonna have to bring some, maybe summer fun or something
Absolutely.
to the table. And so if there's anything that you guys want to share, and you want to do a segment, maybe you don't want to, but you think something's a good idea,
We'll
somehow
still come find you.
yeah, we'll rope you in. But we want you to have awesome travel this summer and safe vacation.
Yes.
Travel with your kids, with your spouse, even if it's by yourself going on adventures. Just have a great time doing that, and hopefully some of these tips have helped you.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, Melissa
Nonetheless,
always
we
gets
had
more
fun.
knowledgeable.
I
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
I feel more prepared after our episodes than
Yeah.
ever before.
No, that's awesome.
So.
So, well, we love you guys, and we will see you next month.